Welcome to Cine here, where you come for all of your media needs. My name is Ray.
It's your boy Nicky Tay.
And today we are reviewing Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Directed by Quentin Tarantino, starring Leonardo DiCaprio, Brad Pitt, and Margot Robbie. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood is a movie about an aging television star named Rick Dalton and his stuntman Cliff Booth as they try to move their careers from the TV into movies. And it also kind of shows you how the golden age of Hollywood was in Quentin Tarantino's vision of, I'm guessing, what he wishes Hollywood still was. I will say, first of all, I would consider myself a Quentin Tarantino fan. I like all his movies. I don't think he has made a bad movie. He has made movies that aren't as good as others, but I wouldn't call any of his movies bad. And I definitely wouldn't call this movie bad. It is a Quentin Tarantino movie. It has the beautiful cinematography that he always delivers, the dialogue that he always delivers, the suspense that he usually delivers, and then the acting is amazing. There is not much more you can ask from Quentin Tarantino or this film. It is good.
And I don't want to echo anything you said, but I will have to start off by saying Quentin Tarantino is easily one of my top 5 favorite directors of all time. One of his movies he made, Kill Bill, is one of my favorite movies of all time. So I am very high up on Quentin Tarantino. But I can definitely say that this movie was a letdown for me, right? I think that with the cast that he had, like Brad Pitt and Leonardo, are both in my top 5 actors of all time. So I was expecting, such big things from this movie. One of my most anticipated movies this year because of the combination of my top 5 favorite directors and 2 of my top 5 favorite actors doing the movie together. What more can you ask for? Now, I got the best of both people. I know that sounds crazy. I got the best of Leonardo. I got the best of Brad Pitt. And I also got the best of Quentin Tarantino. But this story did not come together the way I thought it was. They tried to give you these 3 separate stories. They kind of collide together a little bit. But none of them really hit for me. They all were just okay, right? And I think Margot Robbie's was the most underutilized. I think you barely really got to see her as much as you think you would have when you watched the trailer. I didn't get enough of her storyline at all. So really it's just like 2.5 stories that kind of was going on. And none of them really drew me. They all kind of were just moi.
I definitely agree. Margot Robbie's part in this movie was filler. But I definitely like the other 2 stories. I mean, again, the dialogue piece was great. The acting was good. I didn't expect to be wowed. I mean, this is a movie talking about actors, which has actors acting like actors, right? This is a movie that is going to knock your socks off. This isn't Pulp Fiction. This isn't Reservoir Dogs. This is a movie in which people are playing what they usually play.
Yeah, but you say that, but then right when you said that, you made me think of a movie like Birdman. Another movie where actor was acting and it still was done brilliantly. It still was more compelling than this movie. This movie didn't have those same draws as a movie like that. So it's not just about actors acting. You still have to give me something to really hold on to. Now, from the acting standpoint, it was phenomenal. The things that were done well, but then none of them really caught me. They all were just okay. It was just okay. I was sitting in the movie theater and I'm like, okay, this is fine, but I don't ever think I need to watch this movie ever again. There's nothing in this movie that say you should watch this movie again because this. And that's where I kind of lead off at. There's nothing in this movie to say let's go watch it again, unless you just want to see Quentin Tarantino's maybe potentially one of his last movies.
In closing, I enjoyed this film. I don't think it is the worst Quentin Tarantino film, but it's definitely not the best. The acting, everything delivered. So it's not that I don't like this movie. I do very much like this movie, but it isn't as high of a caliber compared to his other films. That's all it is. If I'm comparing his whole body of work, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood is probably on the back end. It's like that, Hateful Eight, Maybe put Death Proof back there. You know, those films where it's like, yeah, they're good, but if you're talking Quentin Tarantino, there are some other films I'm going to grab first. But in closing, I would give this movie an 8.8. It hit. It was exactly what I thought it was going to be. Good job.
From a Quentin Tarantino film, I expected to be compelled a lot more. I do think it's in the vein of something like a Hateful Eight, another movie that was a little too self-serving, right? And I think that this movie was good for what I guess he wanted to do, but it wasn't good to compel an audience to want to see more, right? So with that all being said, I probably have to give this movie an 8, right? Because everything worked as far as the acting and the director standpoint. You know, there's not more I can say about Quentin Tarantino from a technical standpoint. He's phenomenal. He is, like I said, a top 5 director in my book, and he continues to be that. But the story element is where he lacked, in my personal opinion. And I think it could have been done a lot better. Just make it a little bit more compelling. A little bit more compelling. And I probably would have loved this movie, but I didn't. So I'm going to leave it with an 8.
That completes the review for Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. I think the biggest thing for me about this film is that the N-word wasn't said once.
That's true.
Good job for Quentin Tarantino.
That's true.
If there is one thing that is a negative about him is his use of the N-word. And then for other people, it's the way he treats women in his film, which, if you watch The Hateful Eight, that was a bit much in some parts. But other than that, Quentin Tarantino usually delivers the quality cinema.
We didn't get a black person in this movie.
We did not. It's old Hollywood. There are no black people in old Hollywood, unless you're Sydney. And Quentin Tarantino delivers. I think that's the bottom line. He delivered a movie that is of his typical standard. It isn't his best standard, but it is his standard. I feel it. I think as we go forward with Quentin Tarantino,
we might only have one more.
Understanding, how much of an effect Weinstein had in that partnership, right? Because all of his movies, with the exception of this one, have been made in combination with Harvey Weinstein. So we'll see. We'll see if he's losing that magic, because it'll be definitely interesting to see if this film was at the bottom and then we get one that's lower. Then it's it wasn't all Quentin Tarantino. I doubt that happens. I think the next movie will be just as amazing. I don't know what he's gonna do in terms of cast, because he broke the bank with this one. He's got to probably bring back Samuel Jackson one final time. We definitely gonna see more Kurt Russell. He obviously loves Kurt Russell.
Well, it's predicted it might be a Kill Bill 3.
There you have it, folks.
Prediction.
Yeah, we don't need the Kill Bill 3.
Speak for yourself.
We need an original story. I think if you're gonna.
That's his original story, though.
No, it's just new. Don't build on nothing. Give us something. Give us another Django or Django. Django. Give us another Inglourious Basterds. Give us another Reservoir Dogs. Give us one of those original in its own world stories that makes us excited. This is what it's like to have good movies. Because we're lacking this year in terms of
original ideas.
Original content that isn't derived from something else, right? The best movies of the year are superheroes and Disney remakes. Which are great, in terms of, cultural masterpieces. This summer has been amazing, but in terms of quality film, yep. artwork, people crafting something that is original, that is ooh, what is this? I have not gotten that this year. I have not gotten that. I've gotten Child's Play. I've gotten the third Annabelle, right? And this is probably, I would say, the closest that we have gotten to something that is really good. This,
yeah, I agree with that.
And Hotel Mumbai are probably the two movies that stand out as this is new.
You're forgetting Us.
And Us. I forgot about Us. Yeah. This is new. These are original concepts, except with the exception of Hotel Mumbai, since it was based on something. But still, they took something that was fresh, not thought about, and made it something powerful. Which is why I think I want to enjoy this movie even more, even though I'm going to stick with 8.8. But that's it. Tell us how you feel about the movie. If you love Quentin Tarantino, let us know. If you hate Quentin Tarantino, then you probably don't even need to be watching this movie. Like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell, stay up to date with all of our reviewing content. And as always, don't forget, you've seen it here. Sign it out.